Going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another episode here on Murder, Mystery, and the Unknown.
I just showered and my head's itchy.
It's los piojos.
No te vayas. No te bañas bien. All right, guys. So let's keep this intro pretty short.
Yeah, we got a hate comment over the weekend. A hate comment.
Yeah, we got a constructive comment. I think we should talk about it. What do you guys think?
If you guys want, I mean,
Well, Alex took a stance on it. Just kidding. Nah, it was just like a comment talking about how we talk about like sports and stuff like that before the podcast. I think that one was specifically for the World Cup one we did, which was at least a couple of months ago, right?
yeah.
Like
In November.
before it started, actually,
Mm-hmm.
or maybe a little bit after. But yeah, I mean, you know, we figure we kind of want to do things not our way, but we want to have fun with it as much as possible. And I don't know, I guess the way that I see it, I don't know about you guys, is like I don't like talking about all this dark shit all the time. So like talking about some lighter stuff kind of helps.
Before.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I get you.
It's like a little warm up. But yeah, I mean, we're gonna keep doing our thing. So yeah.
Well, I think the only issue was that it was long.
Yeah, but I mean, I think we did a whole prediction and stuff like that. So
Yeah, we tried to predict the whole tournament.
Yeah, that's probably why.
and we got it wrong.
On today's episode,
was
we're going to
close.
try to predict the rest of the year.
The rest of the year.
Basketball, football, baseball, UFC.
We were talking about like how nothing really happened over the weekend, huh? Other than
No, just the UFC event, but that was it.
that's right. And then the WBC, which is like the MLB's version of like the World Cup, is gonna start.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
We were gonna go to some games, but we ended up not going or not deciding not to.
One of the people that was going with us broke his arm.
Yeah.
Chito.
Oh, he was gonna go with you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And he ruined everything. I'm just kidding.
yeah, so we're gonna have to go to Vegas now.
Oh, and then the last video, our audio was kind of crap. So, yeah, technical difficulties right there. So,
And if you guys know a good audio engineer, I'm trying to replace the
Hey,
ones to
we're-
my right.
hey, we're not professionals here. No, I'm just kidding.
We're trying.
Yeah, sorry about that. But I think we're good. We're gonna start
Yeah.
checking that before every episode, huh?
Yeah,
That way we don't
we're gonna be more cautious now.
Yeah. Okay.
Please forgive us.
Yeah.
But all right, pues, you guys ready to start for today?
I am ready.
Yeah.
I am here to discuss the so-called flying saucer.
The manner of death was homicide.
that we can't explain.
Welcome to Murder, Mystery, and the Unknown.
Okay, so what I have for today is something from Unsolved Mysteries season 1. If you guys watched the whole that whole season, you guys might remember this one. I think on the Unsolved Mysteries on Netflix, I think it was called House of Terror. Okay, and it's basically about a man who we think killed his whole family and 2 dogs.
The French guy?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That was
I
a
don't
good
think I know
episode.
this one,
No?
or I don't think I watched that episode.
Okay, so I'm going to be reading off unsolved.com, just so you guys know. And I'm going to try my best to pronounce these French names.
Oh, yeah.
All right?
I got you, bro. I don't know how to pronounce your names.
All right, so if you guys
I'm
want to pull that
practically
up.
French.
All right, so let's get started. So Xavier Dupont de Ligonnès.
Oh, damn. Le Alex. My bad.
All right, so Xavier Dupont de Ligonnès hails from an aristocratic French family with an impressive lineage. Xavier and his wife Agnes Horenger have 4 children: Arthur, Thomas, Anne, and Benoit. They live in an upscale townhouse in the center of Nantes, where their children attend private schools and the family goes to church together. On the surface, they seem happy. Yet despite his privileged upbringing, Xavier has had little success in his own professional life. Few people are aware that he is struggling financially. Xavier manages to maintain an appearance of wealth by borrowing money from family and friends to make ends meet until his ruse starts to unravel. Journalist Anne-Sophie Martin retraces Xavier's last movements in 2011, suggesting that he meticulously planned the murders of his family. After inheriting a .22 rifle from his father, Xavier purchases bullets and a silencer. He practices at a gun range multiple times between March 26th and April 1st. He also buys large bin liners, adhesive plastic paving slabs, cement, a shovel, and a hoe, plus 4 bags of lime, all at different hardware shops around Nantes. On Sunday, April 3rd, the couple and 3 of their children go to dinner and the movies. At 10:37 p.m., Xavier leaves an eerie message on his sister's Christine's voicemail that says he is going to put the kids to sleep. The next day, Arthur, Anne, and Benoit are absent from school, and Agnes doesn't show up for work. Xavier calls to say everyone is ill and will be staying home for a few days. The next day, Xavier calls Thomas at his boarding school to say his mother has been in an accident and he should return home immediately. Xavier picks up Thomas at the train station, and Thomas is never seen again. Days later, Xavier, the immediate family, and close friends receive a letter from Xavier saying that he has been working covertly for the American Drug Enforcement Agency. The entire family has relocated to the United States as part of the Federal Witness Protection Program. He says they will be out of contact for a few years. Xavier has closed all bank accounts, terminated the lease on their house, and sent final payments to all the children's schools. He leaves instructions about how to dispose of the few remaining household items and cars. After a few days, neighbors grow suspicious of the shuttered house and call the police, requesting a welfare check. After several futile visits, one police officer notices wet cement under the back porch. When they dig, they uncover the corpses of the 5 family members and their 2 dogs, buried under a fresh slab of cement. They have all been shot with a .22 rifle. Xavier is nowhere to be found, so an international warrant is issued for his arrest. Reports start to come in about Xavier's whereabouts. Authorities learned that on April 12, he stayed at a 5-star resort in Toulouse. On April 14, he was caught on CCTV withdrawing money from an ATM. And on April 15th, he was last seen by a hotel security camera walking towards the mountains. Despite several alleged sightings over the past few years, Xavier has not been seen or heard from ever again. So, what do you guys think?
I remember this one now. After you said it. Yeah, I mean, for me, I remember watching this episode and just thinking to myself, like, how can somebody disappear like that and to this day not be found? You know, it's been 12 years actually. And he's still on the run, or we presume he's on the run, right? We don't know if he's dead. We don't know if he's alive.
Well, they looked for his body in the nearby mountains where he was last seen, and they haven't found his body or anything like that.
Yeah. Why do you always bring like the family annihilation ones, bro? This is they're scary.
Hey, weird question. What? Hold on. Where is it? You mentioned that he went to, or he picked up a bunch of different items at different stores?
Yeah.
Why did he pick up 4 bags of lime for?
I don't know.
For the smell, maybe, no?
Maybe.
I thought it was kind of random. I was like,
Well, I mean, that's what that says. I mean, that's the only thing I can think of is for the smell, but.
And you know what I remember from that episode is that, if I'm not mistaken, didn't he stare at that last camera and then walk?
Oh, I think so. I think they did capture him like that.
Let me find that.
That's eerie.
Yeah, it was. Let me find that.
And then I think that I think he gave his family like sleeping pills, right, to
Yeah, I believe so. And then
put them to sleep, and then do what he did, well, allegedly. Yeah, that's kind of sad. I wonder if it had to do all because of his financial struggles, which is kind of like,
I think so, right? Because the only thing that was different in his life to that point was the money thing, right? That's the only thing that really changed for him.
yeah, I mean, and then if he was coming from a wealthy family, and then him not turning out the same, I wonder if that had any
I'm sure.
any effect on him,
Yeah.
And I mean, like, sometimes I forget that other people from other countries have like different views, and like, you know what I mean.
yeah,
So I guess like certain things that we think here would affects other people differently in other
Yeah.
countries, you know what I mean. So that's why, like, when I think about stuff like that, like, if people really do stuff like that for financial reasons, I'm like, like, what the heck, like, why take your whole family, like that Watts
weird.
family
I was
murders.
gonna ask, what was the? Because he, I don't think he ever said why, right? Watts. Did he ever give a reason as to why he did it?
Oh, I know. Did he?
I don't think so, right? We literally did this shit.
I don't know if it was either like,
I forgot
I don't know
already.
if it was clear, but I mean, I think one of the reasons was because of that,
Because of the chick, no, his side
yeah,
chick.
the mistress.
Yeah, I think that was the reason actually.
I think he wanted a fresh start.
How many?
Which is fucking crazy.
It was 2 boys and 2 girls, or
His kids,
yeah.
Arthur, Thomas, and Benoit. So 3
And what was
boys.
the guy's name?
Yeah. So 3 boys and 1 girl.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. And I think Benoit was the youngest. He was only 13.
Which one's the one that he told to come home from school? Because in the episode
Thomas,
when he told him to come home, he had already killed most of the family. No,
Yeah,
I think he was the last one that
I
he
think
killed.
it was Thomas. Let me see here. Yeah, he calls Thomas. I think. Yeah, he was he told him to come home, and then I think from the show, I think they were watching TV, and he gave him that pill,
Yeah,
or he put him to sleep, and then
going back to why he probably did it. If isn't it weird that if it was because of the money, wouldn't you think that him
wait, but then if it was because of the money, then why would he pay off the schools?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. And the fact that he closed all his bank accounts. What I was gonna get to is like, what if he like he didn't try to collect like a life insurance or anything on them, right?
But I don't know if there's anything on
Yeah,
life
that actually
insurance.
doesn't make sense.
Yeah, like so I'm wondering if that theory of the money even makes sense.
And then he says that he was basically involved with the DEA,
Well,
right?
no, I think that was just the lie that he gave.
Well, yeah, I mean, it has to be a lie, because if
Well,
he
yeah,
actually
he
went
was.
out, he got that 22, he got all these things, and then it turns out that the family was, killed by a 22 rifle.
Yeah,
I mean, based on just that, it makes it seem like it was premeditated,
yeah.
I typed in his name, and I typed in any sightings next to it. And there's this article from the Radio Times that says that he was spotted in Chicago by someone. But it doesn't seem like it's
I saw some comments about people talking about that, and they were saying that he looked a lot younger though. So they don't think it was him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but not sure.
Yeah, because that article's from 2020, so that would have made him at least 9 years older. And it looks like he was already kind of graying a little bit in his hair, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, he looked older.
Yeah. Dang, so... yeah, I think like you said, Carlos, I think we can not rule out the money thing, but it seems very unlikely. And if that's the case, then what do you think it is?
Trying to start a new life.
You don't think he just snapped? No,
I
but
mean,
if he
he obviously
snapped,
snapped.
he wouldn't have been this meticulous about everything, though, right?
Yeah, that's the crazy part.
Yeah.
Like he buried them. He freaking
It's all right, dog. Don't cry.
the freaking he buried them. He put a fresh concrete slab on them. I don't know. It's crazy. What do you think he is?
Where?
Do you think he committed suicide in where did he last? Into a forest, was it?
No, into the mountains.
Into the
By a
mountains.
hotel, yeah.
Let me see. I want to check the mountains to see how big they are.
Do you think
I
that
don't
was-
think he committed suicide?
No, huh? It seems like. But then where would he be? You know, like to be undetected for this long?
I mean, that's true too.
It looks like those mountains. Let me see. Because sometimes when they like search and I wonder if it's these. I think it's the Pyrenees or mountains.
Yeah.
It says it extends 310 miles. Which, if they are doing like a search, that's gonna be hard to find. If he really wanted to hide his own body,
I mean, do you think he's camping out in the freaking mountains?
not at this point.
No, right?
There's no way. No. What did we say? 11 years since he killed his family? I don't think so. And this is, again, like Alex said, this is a guy who came kind of like from not rich. Were they rich?
Well,
you could say that.
They
huh?
said that he was wealthy.
Yeah. So it's not like he was like an outdoorsman who, I think more than likely, he either died in the mountains or he started a new life somewhere else. When did that episode of Unsolved Mysteries come out? Do you guys know?
When did that episode come out?
Yeah, because sometimes when more like light shone on the case,
when it gets that kind of exposure. You mean?
yeah, eventually like the person might get found.
I had it July 1st, 2020. House of Terror. Yeah, that's the one, right?
So
Right.
only 3 years since, huh?
And why do you think he killed the dogs?
I don't know, right? Like
That's
why the
strange, right? Even the dogs.
I don't want to say why the dogs, but
Well, why even the dogs?
Yeah.
Like,
Okay,
why
there you
even?
go.
Like,
He probably viewed him as part of his family.
oh,
That would be my guess.
He shot everybody, right?
Yeah.
All of them were shot.
Oh, I don't know about that.
yeah. I think I heard somewhere else that they were both shot twice in the head.
Yeah, they have all been shot with a .22 rifle. So if you guys had to pick between him like going to the mountains to die or committing suicide or him starting a new life, what do you think is more likely?
I think starting a new life because the way that he went about everything. I mean, if his end game was to go to the mountains and commit suicide, I don't think he would have cared to have paid off his kid's school, close all the bank accounts.
But what would he get from not paying that off? Like how would that hurt him if he didn't pay it off?
Wait, what do you mean?
Like you're saying that the fact that he paid off the schools,
Mm-hmm.
it kind of shows that or it kind of helps the case that he didn't just like
because
kill himself.
I think that if he went to commit suicide in the mountains, I think he would have been more careless about the way that he did everything. I don't know.
Well, yeah. I mean, that makes sense. I mean, if he was just gonna go kill himself,
Yeah, right?
yeah. Like, why care?
I
about
guess he
doing
would have
anything
probably
else?
even killed himself right there.
I mean, unless
That's where what I think.
Yeah, right?
I think he would have killed himself there. I don't know
Along
about
with the rest with his family.
I don't know about the money. You see, the money thing makes me think. Actually, I don't know.
I mean, unless the guilt got to him later on, and then that's when he went to the mountains and maybe killed himself.
could be actually.
Like maybe if he wanted to start a new life, he did all these things, and then the guilt was just too much, and then
Maybe.
he went into the mountains. But I mean, if he did commit suicide, how come they haven't found his body? That's the other thing.
put it in the movies. So it looks okay. So he killed most of them on the 3rd of April, and then Thomas on the 4th, and then that fuck, this is weird. So the last time he was seen by a camera was on the 15th by a hotel.
Yeah, I
security
think
camera.
that's the last camera he glanced at. That's the one that he stared into, and then that's
I think by then though, I don't think the guilt thing. Like I think that would have set him before, because that's already been 10 days since he killed all of them, 11.
yeah.
Yeah, I think that he found a way to fucking leave the country and he got away.
France. Who do they border? Germany, Spain.
Not
Swi-
Italy, right?
No, Switzerland, Belgium, Luxembourg. I
don't
think
know
is
about
one
that.
of them.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
But you know, all those countries, they're Wait, was he on the? Did he go on the Europe's most wanted list? What's it called? It's I mean, I'm sure he had to, right? Anyways, my point was that all those countries are in agreement. Like, I don't think he would be living in any of those countries. Maybe he's in Russia or Mexico.
Or even here.
I don't know. Like, how do you fly in here undetected?
I guess so. That's right.
Yeah, I know. Well,
I'd say the same for Mexico. I
Yeah.
mean, obviously, it's a little bit less.
Yeah.
They're a little bit less careful than the U.S., but I still think it'd be hard to get into Mexico.
Yeah and no. I guess because, I mean, most of the times when Mexican immigration or police pulls you aside, all they really want is a bribe, and then
Yeah, but if this guy is French, do you think he speaks Spanish?
maybe.
Yeah, they're pretty well educated.
Yeah.
huh? Not like us. We only know 2 languages, and that's because we grew up speaking Spanish.
you guys don't think that there maybe could have been a mistress involved?
Nah, I feel like something would have come out by now. You know?
Yeah.
Or at the time too, right?
Yeah.
Anybody that knew him.
Yeah.
You know, I
mean,
remember there was one of his friends that was saying that he doesn't understand how he could have done it alone, because he apparently had a bad back, and he found it hard to believe that he would be able to move all 4 bodies by himself. And
But is that just like his friend not covering, but like his friend maybe thinking to himself like, I could never imagine him doing
that's
that.
kind of, if I remember correctly, that's kind of how it was. But that's kind of how he approached it, that he couldn't imagine him doing something like that.
Which, same thing about Chris Watts, you know? I'm sure a lot of people would have never imagined that.
Well, yeah, people didn't even think that.
Yeah, he wasn't even like the first. Well, I'm sure for police he was the first suspect just because he's a husband. But
Oh, look, I found the theory. Okay,
all right, let's hear it. Let's hear.
so this theory is from a Reddit user, of course, DN Rexy.
That's
Let's
me.
see. Okay, a Reddit user named DN Rexy finds it hard to accept that despite no mention by French authorities of other suspects or alleged accomplices, that Xavier, or how did you pronounce it?
Xavier Dupont. Oh, Xavier.
That him could have killed his entire family and the dogs without assistance. The idea that he couldn't have acted on his own might be disproved by the traces of sleeping medication reportedly found in the children's bodies, but this theory is still worth reading. Oh, this is the theory. A man in his 50s with supposedly a bad back, moving 4 dead bodies worth of dead weight and 2 dogs outside. Placing them in trash bags and burying them the way he did is close to impossible to do alone. Not to mention the organizational aspect of the whole thing. You mean to tell me he found a long rifle when his dad passed away, and all of a sudden he becomes a criminal mastermind? I believe he hired professional help from somebody. Someone helped him coordinate those murders and helped him get away. Right? Yeah,
Well, I mean, I agree with the part where that they helped him get away.
yeah. Yeah.
Because I mean, that sounds something like from a TV show. You know what I mean? Like that government help. It
Yeah.
has to be like government help. You know, to where he can actually go undetected this long. Because I think if you ever do yours by yourself, I think you're gonna get,
You're gonna fuck up.
yeah, you're
Yeah.
gonna get caught eventually.
Yeah, I can get behind that. I don't know though. Like I would have to, cause 50-year-old with a bad back. What does that mean? You know, I'm 27 with a bad back. I can still lift pretty well. You know.
And you got hit by a car.
Well, that's why I have a bad back.
There's no mention of this man getting hit by a car.
Not hard enough. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, yeah, 50 year older, you.
Who's 50? How old's your dad?
I don't even know.
My mom's 50, right? Like 51, 52.
Yeah. My dad's like 55.
My mom wouldn't be able to carry some bodies though.
You don't know that.
That's true.
What?
Alex.
Yeah.
This is one of those. This is one of those.
But I mean, if he actually was involved with the DEA, I mean, I can't put that together with anything else.
I think that was bullshit from him. I think that was to get him more time.
Yeah,
You know?
exactly.
To give him more time to
so that his his family, so that they wouldn't
ask questions. They wouldn't snoop around and shit.
Yeah,
like
they
that.
wouldn't alert the police. Hey, as a matter of fact, it wasn't even his family that started suspecting something, right? Wasn't it a neighbor?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
The neighbor. I think they saw like the paper
Neighbors grew
outside.
suspicious of the
Yeah.
shared house and called the police. There was a lot of spelling errors on that website. I don't know if you noticed. Yeah. Yeah, but you see, like those letters worked. If the family wasn't saying anything,
Yeah.
and it was the neighbors, and it wasn't till how long ago, or how long until they found the bodies?
It was a few days because I think the police had gone a few times.
Yeah, it just says after. Let me see. I'm gonna look it up because I think that matters.
Oh, and then there was like everything inside the house was like perfect. Like
Yeah, right.
there was nothing
out
you
of
know.
place.
There's
Nothing
nothing out of
disturbed.
yeah. No showing no show of struggle. And then I think everything was clean too. Like there was no evidence. So I mean, if he did this, he did it really carefully and really clean.
What about if he was being blackmailed or extorted?
And then what?
Oh, then why kill your family and your 2 dogs?
Let me read. Something fishy. Oh, how much money did he withdraw?
I don't know. I haven't seen that.
Hold on, let's go back to that.
I think given that it was a thing that happened in France, it's gonna be hard to find stuff like that. Do you guys remember that case? It was in Italy. That girl. What's her name?
Literally.
Yeah, it's like an American girl in Italy that that they like try to pin a murder on her. Anyways,
Nah.
my point is that
I
like
do
those
remember
countries
that.
they like work a little differently with like their investigations.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Uh-huh. No, yeah, I haven't heard
What?
about that one.
He withdrew 30 euros.
30
That was
euros?
the last one. Okay.
How much is that in dollars?
Yeah, he went to Mexico for
Like-
sure.
What is that, like $35 if that?
Really?
Yeah,
It's nothing.
So then the 4 bags of lime was around 22 pounds of lime? Of quick lime?
Does it say what it was for? Or
No. It just says that he bought 4 bags of lime. That was about 22 pounds. That's a lot of lime. Can you use lime to clean blood stains and things like that?
I don't know. I mean, it's acidic. Let's see.
Do you guys know how old the kids were?
They were like 13, 16.
I think the oldest one was 20.
Yeah.
That's kind of crazy.
It's because like if he was doing this for financial reasons, why kill his whole family when his kids were already like?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think
You know,
that's what it was
older.
for. But then I don't think it's that. I don't think he went and committed suicide. But then what? Or why?
Well, look, I think that maybe if he did snap because of, like I said, if he comes from a wealthy family,
Mhm.
maybe from embarrassment of having multiple businesses that haven't done well over the years,
Yeah.
and then it says here that he owed money as well. So, and like I said, like different countries, different cultures, different views. Maybe that in his eyes was seen like very, very wrong.
Yeah.
And maybe, I don't know, maybe he didn't want to, I don't know, maybe he didn't want his family to be part of that embarrassment. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't.
I found this website that has a little bit more information on like what he did after he killed the family. So you know how he called Thomas and he told him to come home?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So apparently he took him out to eat that same night that Thomas got there. And like he was super chill about it. Like
Nothing
just,
happened.
yeah, like which is fucking weird, huh? Like it just yeah. On April 5th. I'm trying to sorry, I was looking at this because I was trying to figure out when the bodies were found, because more than likely he killed Thomas on the oh no, he would have killed him on the 5th, because that's when they were last seen together.
Let's see.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it was on the night of the 5th that Thomas, he got a message or call from his dad.
Yeah, so by then they
Agnes-
were already gone.
Hold up, Agnes is a wife, right?
Yeah.
So there's this article says that on April 7th, Xavier is seen making several return trips from the house to his car, loading the car with large bags. A neighbor also claims to have spoken to Agnes on this day.
On the 7th?
Yeah. On April 7th, I saw Agnes walking her dog. We spoke briefly, then I cut our chat short because I had an important appointment. Yeah. But the newspapers say the autopsies put her death on the 4th.
It's a little weird.
Huh.
Dang, the DEA thing it's coming back to me now.
The DA thing?
That's weird. That the neighbor says he saw her 3 days after. I say he. I don't know if it's a he.
April 11th, that's when police were informed. Let me see. When did he last look? When was he last seen by that camera?
I think the 15th. Yeah, the 15th.
Oh, the 15th.
Yeah, I think that's just a case of like the neighbor being mistaken, huh? Because
It has to be, no, but
if he invited Thomas over on the 5th, it's just like, what are the odds that?
But I mean,
nobody
I guess it's different when you say you saw somebody versus when you say you had a
spoke to him, huh?
conversation.
That's actually, yeah, that's true. What the fuck is going on?
Well, yeah, weird one, right?
Yeah.
Oh, so it also says that the neighbors called on April 11th, but the police didn't show up to the house until the 13th. So that's an extra 2 days.
I thought the police had showed I thought they had made multiple trips there.
I think so, but I don't think they let's see, check down that they noticed that the front door was locked and the shutters were still closed. They had a locksmith open the door. Once inside, they found that everything in the house was in its place. There were some bedrooms where the sheets had been removed and some closets were also open. Oh, so when they did this check, they left thinking that the family had left voluntarily.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, and I can see why they would think that. You know, if nothing is out of place, if there's no like sign of struggle or anything like that,
Yeah.
like why continue to look into it. Another thing is that all of the family like cars were there, except for I'm gonna say Xavier because I can't say how you were saying it. How do you say it?
I'm not French like you. Alex.
Xavier.
Xavier.
I don't even know if I'm saying it right.
All right, I'm gonna say Xavier. His car was the only one that was missing. She knew that there. And then apparently, like a lot of neighbors were saying that was weird because the whole family couldn't fit in that car.
Hey, one of the kids wasn't his, huh?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I think you're right.
Damn.
The oldest one, no? I think it was the oldest one, and then he had those other three with Agnes.
Let's see.
Shit.
1 year later.
Hey, this website's really good. With like
we're on the same
information.
one.
So this is interesting because we brought up like a potential like kill them for another girl, right? So the evening of I think it was the 13th, yeah. Xavier stays at a hotel in La Seine-sur-Mer in Var, southeastern France. He had lived in the town in the 1980s. A former girlfriend from that time informed the police that Xavier had contacted her that evening, although they did not meet. And then it goes back to saying that he withdrew 30 euros from an ATM. Checked out of the hotel. So he checked out of the hotel on Friday, which is the 15th. And he actually left his car behind that same day. He crossed the parking lot carrying a bag with a long object in it, which may well have been the rifle used in the murders. Oh, shit. So if he took the rifle with him, do you guys think he killed himself after?
I don't know.
Maybe it was for protection. I don't know.
I mean, yeah, how if you're going into the mountains, it
Yeah.
could be for either. You could use it for protection or you
Mhm.
could use it because you know you're going to kill yourself.
Yeah, and then like, so if he owed money, who did he owe money to? And then could that, have been something? If he owed money to the wrong people.
I don't think it.
mm,
I don't think it was. It
You don't
went
think it
down
was
like that. No. But
Or like, what if somebody killed his family, but made it seem like it was him? No, but then everything else doesn't make
Yeah,
sense.
because
Yeah.
him being spotted,
Yeah, never mind.
all that stuff. He wrote a long fucking like
yeah.
letter. Like it's crazy. I want to see how many words it is.
It was like 4 pages, I think.
Yeah, it's a crazy, crazy fucking letter. Like he went through a lot of trouble for all this, man. This is for sure something he planned a long time ago, I think.
Well,
Like,
yeah, I
maybe
mean,
one of those things he like kind of like some people fantasize about, but they don't do. You know what I mean?
yeah,
You do know what I mean?
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah. So I think from the frames. Fuck, they didn't find the bodies till the 21st.
Oh yeah. Just because they went in there didn't mean that they had found.
Yeah.
Well, no, yeah, because it was in the backyard under the porch. And it was until an officer saw the wet cement and he was like,
How long does it take for cement to dry? I feel like it took a lot. Well, because we had the cement done in the back of the trailer. Remember?
You still remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't know, maybe like a day.
Because he said he saw wet cement, one of the officers. And
No,
that's what,
I think fresh cement. No, like
Well, I
like
mean,
if there's a
article that
slab of
he-
cement that's like dark color.
okay, but you can still tell, like, new cement.
yeah,
from old
that's what I
cement.
meant.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it just says.
So maybe it wasn't like fresh, but you could still tell that it was new cement.
It does say wet cement, but
Yeah.
I think they meant like.
Yeah.
New.
It was like new cement.
Yeah, because, I don't think
But
it would
damn,
take
so
that
a
long.
50-year-old man with a bad bag goes and kills his family, allegedly, drags them all out,
Mm-hmm.
makes the cement, pours it onto their bodies, and then
Dips.
dips and is never to be found again.
Oh shit! Look, this is a little bit more eerie too. So, the autopsy for Agnes showed that she had sleeping pills in the body, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
pretty much like the rest of them. However, she did have a sleep apnea machine which helped her sleep. It was discovered that her machine stopped suddenly at 3 a.m. on the morning of April 3rd or 4th. And it is believed that she was killed first and then the children.
That's still pretty sad though. Killing your whole family and your kids.
Fuck yeah.
So then,
Yeah.
you
and
really
then-
think that's the why then? Just out of shame?
I mean, I think it could be a possibility, like out of shame, embarrassment. I don't know. It's because, like I said, I know it's kind of hard for us to like view it like that, but you gotta think about like other countries have different views. You get me? Like,
Or maybe not necessarily other countries, just different. He's a different class, or
Listen to this. When crime scene investigators took samples from the scene, they did not find any fingerprints or DNA from anyone. At that point, there was still no absolute physical proof implicating Xavier.
Xavier.
My bad, Xavier. That's fucking crazy. Like if it was him, which I think it was, right? Given that he was seen in cameras, he really like went out of his way to plan this shit like almost perfectly.
And I mean, well, he's unfound, so it went perfectly so far.
all right, I'm gonna read this from this article. So the general conclusion seems to be that that guy killed his family in order to cover up his own shame at being, in effect, a disgraceful aristocrat, someone who failed to live up to the lofty expectations set for him by his family name.
See, that's what I mean.
Most people may not understand this motivation. After all, why not just get a normal job, live in a less expensive house? Why kill your family for what essentially amounts to money troubles? However, pride and shame are surprisingly potent motivators, and everyone who knew Xavier said that he was extremely proud of his family name and his noble status, even if it legally didn't mean much in modern France.
Well, whoever said that said it better than me. But yeah, that's kind of what I mean, though, you know?
I can't believe that. Well, I guess we don't understand because we don't have a noble name.
What do you mean? Sanchez is as noble as it gets.
But yeah, like I said, it might be a little hard for us to understand because
Yeah.
it's just the different views, you know?
Yeah, that's crazy.
But I also think that I'm sure that not everybody in France thinks like this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I'm not saying like everyone does, but I'm just saying like, you know, it's some stuff that may be seen by, you know,
By him or
by
people like
or
people,
someone,
you know?
people with that status. That's what I wanted to say earlier.
Yeah, like I don't know. That's one of the reasons I think he might have done it.
I mean, I think it's the only one that makes sense. And I don't like it.
In 2015, bones were discovered close by at Bagnols and Forêt in Var, near a camp nearby containing items marked 2010 and 2011. Investigators initially suspected they had found the remains of Dupont de Ligonnès, but eventually discovered they belonged to an unrelated male after DNA testing.
Yeah, you see.
So there was a body found. It's just
What if he found a way to alter his DNA?
Shut the fuck up.
Okay.
So would you guys say if there's no remains of him found, did he commit suicide or not?
I don't think so.
I'm sorry, I'm going to cut you guys off again. In July 2015, a journalist in Nantes was sent a photograph of Arthur and Benoit Dupont de Ligonnès. On the back was written a simple note, "I'm still alive."
Wait, what?
Yep.
Okay,
A photograph of Arthur and Benoit Dupont de Ligonnès was sent to that journalist. And on the back, a note was written that said, "I'm still alive." Do you guys think that just somebody like being a fucking
Fucking
dickhead?
around.
Yeah, I think so.
I
Yeah.
think so, yeah.
Unless he sent a photograph. That was one of his kids, obviously, right?
I don't think so.
But like, I mean, unless he sends a photograph that nobody else could have had but him, you know?
Yeah, I think it probably was written off as a troll because it doesn't seem to go into detail about.
Yeah,
like,
right. I think.
One more thing though. Well, there's a couple more. This is a fucking good article, but so a raid on the monastery in 2019 also failed with a monk who bore a passing resemblance having been mistaken for the wanted man. The incident undoubtedly inspired by the frequent claims in the newspapers that police fully backed the monastery theory. So they're still looking for this guy. It's not like they've given up. They're going out
That
of
was
their
like
way to,
3 years ago?
Yeah.
4 years ago?
Fuck, 2023. There's so much on this, man.
Well, I don't think he would have sent that picture. Why? Because why would he go through all that trouble? Obviously, he doesn't want to be found. He doesn't want to be traced.
Yeah.
Why would he come back a few years later saying, "Hey, I'm here"?
There's also another one, like, I guess like person that they stopped. This guy named Guy Joao, who was 69, was detained at Glasgow airport after arriving from Paris Charles de Gaulle airport with his wife Mary. French police officers thought they had spotted Dupont de Ligonnès boarding an EasyJet flight to Glasgow, but were unable to apprehend the suspect in time and asked Scottish police to meet him when the flight landed. The man, who lived between LeMay, Yvelines, and Scotland, fingerprints initially proved to be a partial match, but a DNA test later confirmed the man detained Dupont de Ligonnès. Sorry, that seems weird, but pretty much it was saying that it wasn't him. And then that guy, Joao, was released after 26 hours in solitary confinement.
Damn.
Fuck, man. So they've been like close to something. That's crazy. I didn't know you could have. Well, I guess because the fingerprint thing,
Mm-hmm.
they're not like we're all different, but there could be like some similarities in it. Let me see your fingerprint, bro. No, how the fuck am I gonna see it from? Let me see yours.
I have glue from a plumbing job I did earlier.
Yeah, yours looks very similar to mine.
You think it's because we're brothers?
Oh shit. Oh fuck.
Well, I don't know about the suicide thing because I mean they haven't found any. They haven't found his body, so I don't know if I can say it was suicide.
Yeah, me neither.
I think I'm gonna go with my shameful pride
I think so too. But where is
theory.
Police think that like it's almost a given that he committed suicide because apparently he did some flights, and I'm trying to find where they mentioned that in this article, but the article right here says that police believe that his flights may have been a goodbye to his past life and where Xavier had spent happier moments. Some of the areas he visited were places that he and Agnes lived during the first few years of their marriage, and other places where the children had been born. That to me sounds like suicide. Like he goes to places that.
You think he revisited places
Well, that's what this says.
and then he killed himself?
That's what I think. This is making me think
Okay,
more.
well that's what. Okay, so earlier I said that maybe he did what he did, and then he got guilt later on, and maybe did commit suicide. But
Yeah, well, I think that's 100%, or not 100, but I think that's what I'm leaning towards. That he killed the family, and then
so what if the shame and the pride was the thing that made him kill his family, and then
the guilt?
the guilt got to him, and then he committed suicide?
Yeah, I guess that makes a little more sense because I don't think he planned, or if he did commit suicide, I don't think that was his plan from the beginning. I think it happened like that, like how you said. First, he killed his family out of pride and shame, and then a couple weeks or days later, out of guilt, he took his own life. But like, why leave everything so perfect? You know?
Because he was trying to get away with it.
Also, like his background, like he comes from like what's it called?
Nobility.
Well, yeah, nobility, wealth. They're probably like that just in general.
Yeah.
What do you think, Daniel?
I think suicide. I think he obviously
Think
killed his
eventually-
family.
okay.
Yeah, and I think that I honestly think that it's likely that his body is somewhere in those mountains, and just given how big it is, I don't think they're able to cover everything. You know.
Well, if the viewers would donate, we could go looking for him.
We're asking for handouts. Yeah, for me, I think that's what happened. But who knows? What did you say?
Well, I kind of agree now. I didn't think he committed suicide, but I think the guilt got to him, like Alex said.
Yeah.
Well, the commit suicide was what happened to him. Now, well, yeah, and then the motive for the murders, I think, was that pride
the
and shame.
motive.
I mean, I guess that makes sense a little bit, you know.
Yeah,
Oh, what do we know?
Shame.
unless he was able to pull some strings. And
Well, I don't want to. I'm going to
What?
say, you know what? Fuck, this would be a good podcast. So, you know how we talked about him not being able to get into the U.S.?
we talked about that.
Well, you were like, I don't think he'd come to the U.S. because the
Oh,
US
okay,
does
yeah,
that shit.
yeah.
So, for that theory, it says he worked with Gerard Corona, which, can you look it up to see what that is? Who worked to assist it's a person who worked to assist foreigners with administrative and legal procedures in the USA and helped his clients to open foreign bank accounts and to obtain anonymous bank cards. So in that sense, he had some sort of connection or something that could get him there. And like, if this guy had like strings to pull in the US, what makes you think he doesn't have strings to pull it elsewhere? You know what I mean?
Yeah. So then is he still alive then?
Nah, I still think that because these are all just like, even the suicide thing is technically a theory because the body's never been found, right? These are all just theories, but for me, I lean more towards suicide. But if he really wanted to escape, I think he had the resources to do so.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, I mean, and even his murder scene was even, perfect to get away.
Shit, my bad. I don't know. But yeah, we're all on suicide.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm,
Alex.
I'm just on the shame and prideful thing. That was the motive. Now, whether he's alive or not, I don't know because there's no body that has been found. And then he did everything so perfectly to get away.
Maybe he even made it impossible for anybody to find his body.
That or he changed his name
Yeah.
and flew out of the country, went somewhere else.
I feel like that's kind of more likely. Just because of the way that he did everything. But then I don't know. Maybe it could have gone the other way too. With the guilt.
Yeah, I think where he's at, I think that's the mystery part.
Yeah.
But I think his motive was that. Just he was shameful about his failed businesses and that might have led him to murder his whole family, which is
Yeah.
Horrible.
What's kind of
Horrible.
weird to the police is that so after he committed the murders, he went to that hotel. So like he made no attempt to cover his tracks when he was doing that. Like he would show his face openly.
Oh,
he
yeah,
used his
yeah,
credit
yeah,
cards.
that is strange, right?
Yeah.
Bro, this is a weird one, for sure. Make the crime scene look normal and hide the bodies. Fuck, I don't know, guys.
Imagine they find him alive and they do an interview with him.
Damn, that would be crazy.
If he is alive, I think that they'll find him eventually. You know?
Oh yeah, I mean you can only hide for so long. I guess.
Yeah.
I mean they've even captured some of the most powerful drug lords. So if he's alive, they're gonna capture him too, right?
Yeah.
I guess we'll see. Time will tell.
But all right, so is that it then for today?
Yeah.
I think so.
I'm
Yeah.
guessing Daniel goes with suicide.
Yeah, I think so.
Carlos.
And I think the motive for me too. I'm with you on that.
Yeah, I think
Pride.
the motive's pretty clear. I think he's still out there.
Really?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so too. Just because there's no body found, so
Yeah.
I have to go with he's out there.
Yeah. Huh? It's a safe assumption, I guess.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a good one though.
Yeah.
That was a good episode too.
I was
On
gonna say I had forgotten how good that series was.
Yeah, if you guys want to go check it out on Netflix, go ahead and it's on Unsolved Mysteries season 1.
and it's episode wasn't that no Ray Rivera was the first episode.
Yeah,
Episode 3.
3.
House of Terror.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you guys should go check it out. It's a really interesting episode, and yeah, make up your own theories on Xavier Dupont.
If you guys know where he's at, let us know.
Yeah,
We want to interview him before the police get to him.
but
Would
I
you-
guess
Would you guys do an interview on him?
hell no.
You
No?
wouldn't? I would.
I could barely even talk here. I can't imagine facing a killer.
I would. I'd actually like to.
With a killer in front of you?
Well, like specifically him.
I don't know. I feel like that's like me saying like I would want to see an alien in real life, but then I feel like when it comes down to it, I don't think I'd be
would.
able
I
to.
still would. I don't know.
I don't know.
No.
At least I don't know about the alien, but
I would.
Maybe through a fucking bulletproof glass.
through the
Well,
phone.
Yeah, I mean, I
The
would.
phone with
I would assume that you're safe, right? I wouldn't do it if I knew I wasn't safe.
Yeah, because then you'd be uncomfortable.
Yeah.
He's probably old as fuck. Yeah, I do it.
Yeah. Huh? Fucking lay him out.
If at the time he was 50 with a
Yeah.
bad back,
61 with a worse back.
with the worst back, with the weight of the murders on his back.
Yeah. But if you guys have any theories, let us know. If we see any good ones, maybe we'll go over them in the
future.
in the next episode, like at the
Yeah.
beginning, if we see anything.
Yeah, that wouldn't be a bad idea.
If anybody ever comments. But yeah, I mean, let us know. And we'll be back next week.
With you.
With me. I don't even know what I'm doing yet. I usually don't know till the day of. But we'll see.
Nice.
All right. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. See you guys next time.
All right.